My brother, it is good to see you again. Thank you for making the opportunity.
I'm happy to be here again.
So, first, a couple of points, and then I want to give you a chance to explain to people how much money matters in politics since Citizens United. The first one is, anything you've seen with the rollout of Kamala Harris that has changed your apprehension? He's a Biden guy. He's a moderate Democrat. He's not a big fan of the squad. He wasn't a big fan of this switch. Anything happened that has changed how you feel yet?
Yes. They raised $300 million. $200 million came from first-time donors. That's staggering. That's grassroots. The Trump campaign is having that fundraiser. They could have 4 of those and raise $200 million with 100 people. She raises $200 million with 40,000 people at $5 a head. 40,000 votes or 100 votes. That's big. Shocking. Number 2, millennials are up and off the couch. Millennials are offended when you start questioning somebody's race. I have grandchildren whose mother is Venezuelan and Indian. When I ask them what color they are, they say brown. They would be very offended to have Donald Trump telling them they're not brown. The word disrespect is the worst word you can use in the African-American community. There's no word worse. She was disrespected. And what that did is her sisters got up and they're coming. Souls to the polls will have nothing on her sorority sisters come November. So I've seen that. I'm surprised by it. I'm shocked by it. The last time I really saw her was when she was campaigning and fizzled out. It's a whole new person. So pleasantly surprised.
What about the VP? Does it matter to you, and who do you think it should be?
I think it will be either, look, the guy I love the most is Andy Beshear. I'm from Kentucky. He's from Kentucky. I've been a big supporter. I worry it won't be him because can you ever win Kentucky? It's going to be Kelly, maybe, or Pennsylvania. Why? Because those are swing states. Pennsylvania, Arizona. I'm betting on Kelly, the military, the astronaut, Gabby Giffords. Obama liked him a lot. So I think it matters in those states. You can just leave the governor of Pennsylvania or Kelly in Arizona, and because it's going to be in the battlegrounds. 3 or 4 states are going to determine everything.
Probably about 18 to 30 counties in in 2 or 3 states is going to determine it with this the Electoral College works. You know, so I'm talking with a buddy of mine the other day, and he's Jewish, and we were talking about Shapiro. Shapiro checks a lot of boxes. You know, I talked to him a lot coming out of the last election as AG, very competent guy. And, you know, we both just assumed a black woman and a Jewish guy, man, that's putting a lot on America. And it really bothers me. I almost wish that the Democrats would pick Shapiro to make the point that, no, we're not afraid of putting diversity out there. We don't believe that the country has that kind of prejudice. But would that be, you know, just wishful thinking, and they'd be setting themselves up to lose by playing to too many things that people may quietly oppose?
Well, the vice president usually doesn't make much of a difference, but Pennsylvania does. I don't know how many electoral votes, 25, 26, 24. I got a cousin who is the president of Duquesne, and he loves Shapiro, Ken Gormley. So I think he could go either way. I don't think it'll be Michigan because I don't know if they'll do 2 women, but she's fantastic. The interesting thing, Chris, is everybody used to say the Democrats had no bench. Hell, they got 2 dugouts full of people. I mean, Gavin Newsom's up in the stands. He can't even get in the dugout. And he was one of the superstars. He's academically ineligible this year. But the Democrats have got a tremendous bench. And they had to go get J.D. Vance, who might be fired before it's all over. This guy is a train wreck. He's kind of a heavier Don Jr., but a train wreck, and we're going to be seeing the clips of him calling Donald Trump Hitler.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.